The week of Black Friday is actually a really important week for companies around the world. They are trying to get into the black. They are trying to get their companies to be profitable. And Nintendo has gone ahead and shared some of their figures for the week of November 22nd through the 26th, which does cover Black Friday. And we have a bunch of stats to go over here and see just how successful of an outing they had. Nintendo makes no mistake that the holiday period is very, very important to them. And at least in America, a lot of people start gearing up for that holiday period by going out there and shopping for Black Friday at those discounted rates. With that said, though, let's go ahead and get into some of the stats here. First, we will focus on Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch hardware sales grew 115% compared to the same period in 2017. Now, we've heard the rumors that Nintendo might not make their projections. Analysts are saying that they might fall short anywhere from 3 million to 1 million units, but 115% growth compared to the same period in 2017, that's really, really good. That's a phenomenal second year of Switch being on the market. People do keep saying, hey, it's over for Nintendo Switch. Everyone that wants one has one. It's doing super well still, so I don't know that that applies, and Smash Brothers is still coming up. Clearly, some people already bought the console for Smash Brothers, but you have to imagine getting closer to that early December, it's December 7th launch, they're going to be more and more consoles sold, so maybe Nintendo doesn't fall as short as they do for those projections, and those projections were kind of astronomical to begin with just because Switch was doing so well. So 115% growth over last year is really, really solid for hardware there. Lifetime sales of Nintendo Switch, which is entering only its second holiday season, have reached more than 8.2 million units. This is US only. I do want to make sure and mention that as well. Of course, the Nintendo Switch has sold way more than that, and we still are only talking November 22nd through the 26th. The third thing we are going to talk about here is sales of first-party games, including digital downloads, topped 1 million units November 22nd through the 26th, beating 2017's total by 78%. So it does seem that more and more people are getting digital copies of the games. They do include that here, and selling 1 million units of games within those days there is still pretty impressive. I would have imagined that number was going to be bigger, but you know, there isn't a ton of Black Friday deals for online stuff, except what Nintendo had going on, and, you know, that's fine, but I don't think that this includes absolutely everything, and, you know, I wonder how it factors in digital downloads that come with consoles. We know that the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe bundle sold really, really well. We know that the Mario Tennis Aces bundle was out there for some time, but is it counting the digital sales of those games? That's something that I do wonder, but hey, having digital sales top 1 million in those basically 4-day period, that's really, really good. Up by 78%, so I'm sure Nintendo is happy with that. After that, we're going to get into Nintendo Switch games. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee have hit a combined US sale of more than 1.5 million units since their November 16th launch. That's super good, because keep in mind, that is America only. We've seen that the game sold over 3 million units combined in the world, but having half of it be in America is really, really good, and it bodes well. I feel like this game eventually hits the 10 million mark. It might do it a little bit slower, but I'll talk a little bit about a different Pokemon game a little bit later. But by all intents and purposes, Pokemon Let's Go is a success. Is it the huge, like, phenomenal success Nintendo wants? I'm not so sure about that one, just because, you know, it's slipping on the charts in other territories, so I don't know how well that bodes for the 10 million unit mark that Zach and I have talked about a little bit, but that's a pretty quick start here in the United States. And also consider that this game was not discounted whatsoever, so if there were parents out there looking for cheaper games for Black Friday, Pokemon was not going to be cheaper at all. We know that the Pokeball Plus bundle sold out, and that did really, really well. A lot of people really still got their hands on that, and that, you know, I mentioned it before, the console did exceedingly well as well. That seems like that sold out completely, but Pokemon Let's Go is going to be pretty much a top seller for the platform for the next year or so, until Gen 8 comes out, so we can hope to continue to see that success. I feel like over 3 million units in week 1 is pretty strong, especially considering the context I'll give here a little bit later, but good start there for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Next up, we have Super Mario Party, and it surpassed lifetime US sales of 1 million units, becoming the fastest selling game in the Mario Party series and the 5th million selling first-party Nintendo Switch game in the US alone, joining Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Super Mario Odyssey, and Splatoon 2. Alright, so that joins kind of the upper echelon of Switch games there. Super Mario Party becoming the fastest selling game in the Mario Party series is going to be kind of a glimmer of hope, because that sort of took things to a little bit more of a traditional Mario Party experience. Now, were the boards as big as we wanted them? No. Was it everything we wanted as far as like mini games? No. The motion control being like 100% required was something that people were a little bit unhappy with, but Super Mario Party is a phenomenal Mario Party game, in my opinion. I've had a ton of fun with it, and seeing it already cross the 1 million units sold, and having it become the fastest selling game in the Mario Party franchise, hopefully tells Nintendo that we want a more traditional Mario Party experience. And that's kind of what this was. This harken back to some of the stuff that we loved before, and you know, if this game gets a sequel, maybe a Super Mario Party 2 or something, and we'll have another Mario Party game eventually. Will it be another numbered Mario Party game? Who knows? Will it be Super Mario Party 2? Who knows? But hopefully Nintendo sees that going back to what people want is going to lead to success for them, and you know, congrats to Super Mario Party for doing as well as it has. We're going to touch on a couple of 3DS things here. It's very small, but they say, thanks in part to Thanksgiving to Cyber Monday sales, the total install base for a Nintendo 3DS family of system has hit 22 million. I know that number seems low, but keep in mind this is US only. The next little 3DS thing we're going to touch on, and here's where the other Pokemon thing that I wanted to mention comes into play, is that additionally, after 12 months of availability, lifetime combined sales of the Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon Ultra Moon games have crossed 2.2 million. I know, again, that seems low. This is US only, but it took them 12 months to sell 2.2 millions here in the United States, and Pokemon Let's Go is already at 1.5. And this is the only month the game has been out. So, and, you know, first keep in mind, I know that Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are not brand new games. It's not a new generation, but neither is Pokemon Let's Go. And Pokemon Let's Go had a lot of fans complaining that it was a little bit too dumbed down, that it wasn't the core experience they wanted. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, you know, who knows if it's, you know, Pokemon people's favorite game. Like, I know a lot of fans don't necessarily love that game the way Game Freak would love, but yeah, the sales there are kind of telling. How is Let's Go so close to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, given the fact that that has been out for a full year? And, you know, it does make sense, I guess, just because Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are, you know, re-releases of Sun and Moon with slight tweaks and variations. I get it, but I would have expected that to be much higher than Let's Go, and that's just not the case. One last little bullet point that they have here is on classic gaming systems. They say, also aided by strong November 22nd through 26th sales, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Super NES Classic Edition, has surpassed lifetime sales of 2.5 million, and the Nintendo Entertainment System NES Classic Edition has surpassed lifetime sales of 2 million. So the Super Nintendo Classic, 2.5 million, the NES Classic, 2 million. Very, very good sales there, especially because those were not widely available all the time. We know that there was like shortages, and then they came back and said, hey, we want them out there for everyone. So it's been kind of a weird lifespan for those products there, but it's good to see them do so well. Overall, Nintendo had a very, very strong week here in November for Black Friday. Is it the strongest that they could have had? You know, probably not. I know that some of the vitriol behind Pokemon Let's Go led a lot of hardcore fans not to get it, but I feel like all that is going to be righted or corrected with Gen 8, and that's coming sometime next year, and we're going to be pretty good with that. So Nintendo's seeing a lot of success during this week in Thanksgiving. They have a lot of time to, you know, still reach that forecast of theirs, and Smash is going to help. And they have an opportunity to really, really sell a lot of units, because that game is going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to sell gangbusters despite what the leaks and everything else happening around it. That game, man, I am so excited. So looking forward to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the name of the game now. Congrats to Nintendo on the well-earned sales for this Black Friday period. Again, this only covers 1 week, so if the numbers seem low, keep in mind this isn't for the entire month. It's only for 4 days, the 22nd through the 26th. So drop your opinion in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you are not subscribed. Maybe even hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our other content. We are going to have a lot coming your way with Smash Brothers Ultimate. You're not going to want to miss it. And for now, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. The link is in the description, and we will catch you on the next one. SwitchForce out.